Hammer game. Come on. What did you say?
I said hammer game.
You said hammer game? Hammer game. Cause we always hit the nail on the head.
Yeah, I think you hit the nail on the head.
Today, press conference. Press conference, press conference, press conference. Manny Diaz, Rhett Lashlee, Blake Baker. Blake Baker, we're going to start with Blake Baker. Blake Baker, the fan base ain't too happy with you. I don't see why, but they ain't too happy with you. It's like they screaming, fire Blake Baker every week. Fire him, he ain't doing this. Put Manny back at defensive coordinating, calling plays and all of this. Can't we just leave Blake Baker alone? Seriously, the guy gave up 14 points. Only 14 points on Virginia. Now, that touchdown that was caught basically was a blown coverage, miscommunication between, Al Blades and the other DBs. It is what it is. We saw it. It was a wide open touchdown. It was gift wrapped. Now, 14 points. If that wasn't a busted coverage, probably would have just gave up 7 that game. Let's be real. Blake defense has been keeping Miami in these games. The offensives look great time and time again, but it had its inconsistencies, and Blake defense kept it together. Y'all stop trying to butcher, man. Stop trying to butcher Blake. Leave Blake alone.
Okay.
Blake lives matter. Leave Blake alone. Blake. Moving on, man. Rhett Lashlee. Rhett Lashlee addressed one thing that a lot of you guys had on your mind. Y'all was wondering, what's going on with Cameron Harris? What's up with the disrespect? What's up with the tweet? Rhett Lashlee said that they spoke to Cameron Harris. Now, to whomever he was talking to in that tweet, Rhett Lashlee said that's a question you're going to have to ask Cameron Harris. But they've addressed that with Cameron Harris. Guys take out their frustration. He's been having a couple bad weeks, so they take it out on social media. That's what they do these days. As far as who he was talking to, what he's talking about, that's a question for Cam. The world may never know. It's like that one commercial with the Tootsie Roll and the lollipop or whatever getting to the center of it. The world may never know.
How many licks does it take to get to the Tootsie Roll center of a Tootsie Pop? The world may never know.
But, moving on. Manny Diaz had a conference. Same old questions. Adjustments, what the younger guys are going to do. Blah, blah, blah. We've been seeing so much of the younger guys. And the only thing I really took from it that's really worth saying or mentioning is that Austin Cave, Avery Huff, as soon as those guys learn the defense, the ins and outs of the defense, like I've been saying for the past 2 weeks now, they will start seeing more playing time. Right now, we're not seeing them on the field because they pretty much don't know the playbook. They pretty much don't know the signals. And you don't want to throw those guys out there and have them running around in circles looking like a clown. Nah. Then we're going to be, oh, this guy don't know what he's doing. That guy, he shouldn't be on the field. This, that, Moving on. Now, Blake is very impressed. He's very impressed with Bubba Bolden. But he said there's a lot of room for improvement. He said Bubba Bolden is doing a tremendous job week in and week out. He's a hard worker, and he just continue to strive. He's one of those kids that, you know, he goes out and put his best foot forward, and you know, even his best foot forward right now, you know, the shoe could get a little bit more shining, could use a little bit more polishing, and you know, he's up for the challenge. So Bubba Bolden, man. Now, as a fan base, we all seen what Bubba Bolden been doing week in and week out, so we can totally agree to that. Now, Blake Baker, because Blake Baker is the main reason why I even decided to break down this whole, you know, press conference. I'm pretty sure most of you guys seen it. It's on Kane All Access. You know, it is what it is. Leave Blake alone. Let the man play out the season. Let's see what the defense does. Because all y'all screaming firing Blake Baker. First off, if we fire Blake Baker, who would you have come in right now as defensive coordinator? A lot of y'all gonna say, "Oh, Manny should fire Blake, call the defensive plays or whatever, and replace him with somebody." Who would you replace him with? Who would you replace him with? Who is available right now, or even next season, to replace Blake? If that's what y'all want, who would you replace him with? Let me know. Because I think y'all should just leave Blake alone. I think Blake is doing a good job. The only team that really beat us, you know, outright was Clemson. Yeah, it is what it is. Defense been on the field a lot this season. Running game has been non-existent for the past three games or so. You know, wide receivers stepped up last game. You know, shout out to Mike Harley, but you know, it's been a struggle. Now, addressing Cameron Harris. Cameron Harris is showing his frustrations. Basically, the younger guys are getting more snaps than him. The younger guys are starting to produce more than him. He feel for the past 3 games that he's being disrespected. Now, what I think happened is, basically, when Burns came in, I think Burns came in for like 3 running plays. I think that's what triggered Cameron Harris, because I think he looked at it as they gave up on him and they put, you know, the other guys in, and then they put the last resort in. So that means, you know, basically Cameron Harris' night was over. Basically meaning that, you know, it's like subbing in a new quarterback. If you have De'Aaron King on the floor,
it's my quarterback,
and you know he ain't producing much, you take him out, you put the second guy in doing too much, you pull him out, and you put the third guy in towards the end of the game. You know, it is what it is. Cameron feel disrespected. He feel like he ain't getting enough snaps. He feel like the snaps that he don't produce on, they giving up on him, so they deciding, hey, he ain't putting out nothing, so let's put everybody else in and not give him the second chance to redeem himself that he's looking for. That's what I get out of it. I don't know what y'all get out of it. But anyways, like Rhett Lashlee said, man, gotta ask Cam. This is what it is. Anyway, guys, this was just a press conference breakdown / speak my mind, I guess. Let me know how y'all feel in the comment section.